If you have been searching for a guide that teaches you how to read Arabic, then you have found it. My promise in this video is simple. If you go through this video and use the free practice course that I have prepared for you, you will learn the Arabic alphabet pronunciation, the Arabic letters, and the different concepts that allow you to finally read Arabic. Everything you need is completely free. And the only thing you need to bring is the willingness to sit down, practice, and finish it. By the end, you will be able to read Arabic with vowels and diacritics like the text that you see right now on screen. And know that reading Arabic is the very first step to learning the language. So if you want to learn the language later on, and whether you continue studying with us at Andalus Institute or somewhere else, every Arabic student has to learn this first. There is no way around it. To make that as easy as possible, I have created a completely free practice course for you. So you have to go here, put your name and your email, and it will give you access to the platform. That's where you will find all the practice material you will need. You see, when I was learning Arabic, I didn't have YouTube. I didn't have free online courses. I didn't have flashcards like the ones that I have created for you. I had to teach myself, and I still have the notebooks that I used back then. This is the notebook where I wrote in about 2011 the first Arabic letters ever. Later, I was writing notes, as you can see, fully in Arabic to show you that it is actually possible. And today, alhamdulillah, in 2026, I'm able to build these kinds of resources that I wish I had when I started. My only hope here is that you learn how to read Arabic, that you go on to read the Quran, and that every word that you read becomes a source of reward for both of us with Allah's permission. So please take this seriously. A lot of time and effort and money went into creating these free resources, and it will be a shame if you watch only a few minutes and you never finish it. The only thing that I ask from you is this: when you have finished and you can finally read the Arabic language, come back to this video and let me know in the comments that you can finally read. That will make me very happy and very proud of putting this together and the little Arabic learning community that we have created in our YouTube channel. Now, let me quickly tell you how this works. This video right here will teach you every Arabic reading concept, one step at a time. Whether it's the letters, whether it's its pronunciation, whether it's the different vowels, whether it's the Shaddah, the Sukoon, the Fatḥah, the Kasrah. You will learn the Arabic letters, how they connect together, and all of these different concepts. But understanding the concept is only half of learning. The other half is actually practice. And that is why after each section of this video, you will go to this free course that I have created for you and practice that exact concept using interactive flashcards that I have prepared for you until you can use that concept comfortably. Then come back here for the next lesson and the next concept that we are going to learn until you have covered all the concepts. So you will be moving in between this video and the course that I have prepared for you with the flashcards so you can practice everything. If you do that, I promise you, you will be able to read Arabic by the end of it. So enjoy and happy learning. Before we start, we are going to talk about important things to know before learning the Arabic language, especially as an English speaker. You should know that the Arabic alphabet is actually easier than the English alphabet. So there's 4 things that I want you to know before we start. The first one is that the Arabic alphabet is actually phonetic, meaning everything you see, you read. As for the English language, for example, if you pay attention to these different words, especially as a English not being my language, I can tell you that this is definitely something that messes up with your head and is tricky in the beginning. But in the English language, for example, you have words like through, then you have tough, then you have though. So even though these are the same letters, somebody who doesn't know English, the first thing he will say, okay, so how do you pronounce O and U? U, okay, so through, though, and though. but as you can see in English, even though it's the same letters, you pronounce them differently. Through, tough, though. As for the Arabic language, this doesn't happen. Whatever you see is going to have the same sound most of the times it never changes, and that's how it stays. The second thing that I want you to know about the Arabic alphabet is that you write and read from the right to the left. So we write al-huruf like this, from right to left. In the beginning, it will be a little tricky, but later on, you will get used to it. Likewise, when you open the Quran, you will see that you open it from the left to the right, and you flip the pages from left to right, because we read from the right to the left. The third thing that I want you to know is that letters have different shapes. Just like in the English language, you might see a capital letter, A, and a lowercase letter, A, and they look slightly different, but they are the same letter. In the Arabic language, we have the same thing, but a letter can have 4 different shapes. So first, you are going to have, for example, with letter Ba, you're going to have the first shape, which is by itself. By itself, the letter Ba looks like this. Then the letter Ba in the beginning of a word looks like this. Then in the middle of the word is going to look like this. Looking at this right here. Okay, and then at the end of the word is going to look like this, like the full letter. So here, instead of ignore this right here, this will be like this, basically. So you have 4 different shapes. The letter by itself, you have the beginning of the letter, you have the middle of the letter, and you have the end of the letter. And the fourth and last thing that I want you to know for now is that the vowels in the Arabic language are symbols instead of letters as we have in the English language. So in the English language, you have A, E, O, U, I as vowels. In the Arabic language, it's just symbols. So for example, you're going to see on top of a letter a symbol. This makes it sound like hu, ru, fu. But it could be as well, instead of bu with this letter, it could be ba, bi, and bu. Okay, we're going to get into it. I'm just giving you a general understanding now. That is the fourth thing that I want you to know. So again, the 4 principles and the 4 fun facts or interesting facts about the Arabic alphabet that I want you to know is, first of all, that the Arabic language is phonetic. Everything you see, you read. The second thing is that you write from the right to left. The third thing is that vowels are symbols. Or the third thing is that letters have 4 different shapes by itself, in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. And the fourth thing is that vowels are actually symbols and not letters. So now that you understand how the Arabic alphabet works, now we can start actually learning how to read. And by the end of this video, you are going to be reading the Arabic language. If you don't, I want you to report the video. And if you are, I want you to subscribe, give us a like, and tell me in the comments that you can finally read the Arabic language. Now, Bismillah, let's go with the first part. The first part is where we are going to start going over the actual alphabet. Now, first of all, I don't want you to get overwhelmed and think that you have to memorize everything from the very beginning and think and start feeling like this is too complicated for me. Just take it slowly and take it easy. Take a notebook and start taking your own notes and try to actually write them as you see me write the letters as well. Now, in the Arabic alphabet, there is 28 letters. You might hear that there is 29, and that is fine as well. Is correct, and I will tell you in a little bit very quickly why that's the reason. But let's say that there's 28 letters. Now it's easier to learn the Arabic letters when you group them by shape. A lot of them have similar shapes, and usually what makes you recognize the letter is the dots. Whether it has one dot on top, two dots on top, a dot at the bottom, whatever it might be. So let's start with the first group. The first group we are going to have, the first letter in the alphabet is Alif. And the sound is not a or but is in between a full a and a is alif, alif, alif. Okay, the second one is ba, like bat in English, ba. The third one that we are going to take here is ta, which is the same shape with two dots on top. And the fourth one is going to be the same, but three dots on top. Tha, like think. Tha, like think. Ta, like tea. Ba, like bat. Alif, like the sound a. Now the next group that we are going to take is the shape of al-ha, which looks like this. A little wave on top and the body. Ha. Okay, and first before this one comes jim, then ha, then kha. Okay, so jim like J, like gym, like going to the gym. Jim. Then ha. Don't get too overwhelmed yet with the pronunciation. We're not looking for perfect pronunciation. Just try and say it after me. Ha. Like ha. Okay? Ahmed. Don't say Ahmed. Okay? And kha, like you're clearing your throat. Kha. This is the next shape group. Jim, ha, kha. Jim, ha, kha. Jim, ha, kha. The next group we have is a dal, which the sound is da. So dal is the name of the letter. The sound is da, like the D in the English language. And its brother or sister is dhal, which with a dot on top, like this in English. This, dhal. That's the name of the letter. Dhal. Okay, and the sound is like this in English. So dal and dhal. Da, like a D. That like this. Da and that. The next one is arra, which goes like this. Ra. And then its brother or sister, which is the same with a dot on top. Ra, za. As you can see, their body is long and to the bottom. And zain as well. So zain is the name of the letter. Z, like the Z in the Z in English. Arra, don't roll it too much, especially if you Spanish. And Spanish is your first language like me. Don't ra, like Ramon, but ra. Ar-Rahman. If it's a little difficult in the beginning, it's normal. Don't worry too much about the pronunciation now. I just want you to recognize the letters. So this is ra, and this is za. And the name of the letter is zain. Za-ra. Za-ra. The next group is as-sin and a sheen. Okay, so two little waves and a big body. So seen like S in English, seen. This is the name of the letter, seen. The sound is sa. And sheen like SH in English, sheen is the name of the letter. The sound is sa. Sha, sha, sha. So sa, sha, sa, sha, sa, sha. Like the name Sasha. So seen as S, sheen as SH. Seen as S, sheen as SH. Sa, sha. The next one is as-sad. 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 And then you have ad-dad. Which, fun fact about ad-dad, is the only sound, the only letter or sound found in the Arabic language. It's the only language that has it. So pronouncing this one might be a little bit tricky, which makes sense. So sad, don't do like a lot of people do with their mouth. So. No need to do this with your mouth. And as you can hear from my voice, is a little bit more strong when you pronounce it. It's not sa, it's sa, sa, sa. And dad is not da, like we have seen earlier, like that, but da, da, sa, da, sa, da, sa, da. And the name of the letters for sad, the name of the letter is sad, sad. The name of the letter for dad is dad, dad. So sa is the name, sa, da, sa, da. The da you will find it in Surah Al-Fatḥah. At the end of the Surah Al-Fatḥah you say vowelled, vowelled. As-sa you will find it in Al-Fatḥah as well. As-sira, ihdina as-sira, as-sira, ihdina as-sira. Okay, so sa and da, sa, da. Then we have the same group which have the same body as sa and da, but with a antenna. Ta and va. Ta, va. The name of the letter is ta for this one, and the sound as well, ta. And this one is vad, avad. Okay, va. This is the sound of the letter, va. Ta, va. Ta, va. And as you can pay attention to how I'm pronouncing it as well, it's a little bit stronger as well. It's not ta and that, but it's ta, va. Ta, va. Again, no need to do your mouth like to, vo. But make sure that you pronounce it like ta, 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 ta. And va, 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 va. Ta, va. The next group is al-ain wal-ghain. This one is a little bit of a tricky one for pronouncing in the beginning, but then you're going to get used to it. It looks like this, like a 3 reversed. So ain, this is ain. This is the name of the letter, ain. And this is al-ghain. Ain, ghain. Ain, ghain. Okay, try after me. Ain, ain, a, a, a. Allah says in the Quran, Surah Al-Fatḥah as well, Alhamdulillahi Rabb al-Alamin. Alhamdulillahi Rabbul Alamin. Rabb Alamin. And then you have ghain, which is gha. Ghayr. Allah says in Surah Al-Fatḥah as well, غير المغضوب غير المغضوب غا غير المغضوب. So this is a. This is gha. Okay? Again, I'm not trying to make you memorize it yet. Right now it's just about recognizing it a little bit and hearing the pronunciation of it. And later on, we are going to go a little bit more in depth with it. The next group is fa, like fa in English, like the F, the sound of the F, fa, fa. And then you have al-qaf. As you can see, fa has a long body, fa. And you have qa, not ka, but qa, qa. Fa, qa, fa, qa. And qaf, the name of the letter is qaf, qaf. Fa, qa, fa, qa. The next group is ka, the sound of ka. Next one is la, like the L in English. The next one is meme and noon. So you have ka, 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 ka. Okay? La. So as you can see, ka, this one is light, ka. It's not qa as I was just seeing here, but ka, ka. This one is la, la, like the L in English. This one is meme, like the M in English. And this was is noon, like the N in English. Noon. Okay, the sounds are ka, la, ma, na. Kalamana, kalamana. Okay, these ones are quite easy. Kalamana, because English has already these sounds. And then the last three, we have ha, ha. Okay, I'm going to write it again, so pay attention. I start here, I go up, I go down, and I close it like this. Ha. Then we have al wow, wow, ha, wow. And then we have ya, ha, wow, ya. So ha, don't mistake it with ha, which we took in the first few groups. In the first group, actually. I mean, in the second group. This one is ha, ha. The other one is ha. This one is ha, ha. Okay? Again, don't get too overwhelmed with the pronunciation in the beginning. It's normal that you're not going to get it from the very beginning. At least know the nuance and that this one, okay, this one is a little different, the pronunciation and whatnot. So this one is ha, this one is wa. Okay, and the name of the letter is wow. But then the sound is wa, wa. And this one is ya, like the Y in English. Ya, ya, yeah, yeah. This one is wa, wa, like the W, wa, wa. This one is ha, 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 ha. Now, why did we say in the beginning that some people say that there are 29 letters instead of 28? So these are the 28 that we just took. These are the 28. However, sometimes you will see that people or different alphabets, different books, different curriculums, they add the letter hamza, which is something that looks like this. Okay, this is letter hamza. And the sound is just a, a. And if you pay attention in the beginning, if you pay attention in the first letter of the alphabet, it has this letter hamza on top. Okay, and sometimes you will see the alif, it comes by itself without it, and sometimes it comes with it. So sometimes if it comes without it, it has a particular sound. If it comes with it, it has another different sound. But this is the reason why some people separate it, some people they don't separate it. So you can say there's 28 letters in the alphabet or 29 if you consider this as a separate letter. Because as we are going to see later on with the vowels, hamza has a, e, and u, can have different vowels. So don't get too overwhelmed with that. I just wanted to give you a side note, and let's just keep it as 28 letters. So now that we took the 28 letters, let's do within the part one a little session, practice session. So we are going to go over all of them and we are going to pronounce them. And I want you to say it after me. Don't just watch the video, but say it after me. Try it. So first we have letter Alif, and I'm just going to go with the sounds now. Instead of saying the names of the letters, I'm going to pronounce the sounds. So do it after me. This is a, 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 a. Next one is ba, 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 like bat, ba. Next one is ta, 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 like tea. A, ba, ta. The last one in the first group is tha, like think. Tha, like think. A, ba, ta, tha. A, ba, ta, tha. So if in your mind you try to link it to an actual word in the English language, it's going to be easier to memorize. So A is the first letter of the alphabet, just link it to A as alpha. A. Ba for bat. Ta for tea. And tha for think. A, bat, tea, think. A, bat, tea, think. A, ba, ta, tha. A, ba, ta, tha. A, ba, ta, tha. If you get this right, then we are getting serious now, because many times there is an example that's given that says, man, you don't even know abata, you don't even know abatatha, as in you don't know no Arabic. So if you get past this, now you cannot be from that group anymore that don't know Arabic. So abatatha, abatatha. Perfect. Now let's go to the next group. The next group is the nicely shaped group. So we have the ja for gym. Gym. I go to the gym with this letter. Gym. I go to the gym for this letter. So ja, ja, ja. This is the ha letter. Ha, ha, ha. Ha. Imagine, when looking at this letter, imagine this letter smiling almost. It's almost like the letter is smiling. Ha. So ja, ha, and then you have the throat clearing letter. Kha. So I go to the gym with this letter, so ja. I laugh with this letter, ha. And I clear my throat with this letter, kha. And the only thing that makes the difference is the dot. If I go to the gym with it, ja, the dot is in the middle. Ja. If I laugh with this one, the mouth is just wide open. So ha. If I clear my throat with it, it's because I have a little dot here, which is a hair in my throat. So it's ha. I'm trying to get that off my throat. So ja, ha, kha. Ja, ha, kha. Ja, ha, kha. Perfect. Let's take the next group, which is the equivalent to a D. And so just imagine it like this. If we were to write, okay, so this is the, so the goes like this, right? So now if we just close it a little bit, it's a D. Or this will be an actual B, actually. So just imagine it like this. Okay, so this is a da, 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 da. So the same as letter D in the English language. And that for this, 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 that, 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 that. That for this, this, this. That for the, that, that, that. So the two sounds is da and the. Da and the. Da and the. Next one is arra, 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 like the close to the letter R in English. Ra, 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 and za, za, like the sound of a snake. Imagine this as being a snake, a python. This is the head and this is the body. And it's just standing up like this. Zzz, zzz. Or the sound of a bee as well. Zzz. Or the sound of a snake. Zzz. Okay, so ra, za, ra, za, ra, za, ra, za. The next one is the very simple one. This is Sasha. You remember Sasha? This is Sa and this is Sha. Sa and Sha. Okay, so these two, imagine her as Sasha. Her name is Sasha. So Sa and Sha. Sa and Sha. Sa for sea. Imagine the waves of the sea. 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 Okay, and this is, imagine that the sea has the waves and it's raining. So it's pouring water into the sea because it's raining with the three dots on top. So this is sea because it has waves. And this is she because it's pouring water into the sea. So it's raining. Shh. And both together are Sasha. Sa and Sha. The next one is Sa and Da. Sa and Da. And as you can see from my pronunciation, it's a little bit stronger. So you say Sa, 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 and Da, Da, Da. And this is the unique one. And this is why they call the Arabic language Lughatul Dad, the language of the Dad, because it is the unique letter. So Sa, 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 and Da, Da, Da. Sa, Da, Sa, Da, Sa, Da. Next one we have a-ta and a-dha. Ta like a T but pronounced heavy. Ta, ta, ta. Okay, ta. So imagine a T the opposite way. And then we have dha, dha. So close to this but this, this. This is this. This, my brother. This. So imagine maybe a Persian person, or I don't know who has this accent. Think of somebody who has this accent. This. I want this. I want this, my brother. So the dha is this. Dha. 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 And ta. Dha. Ta. Dha. Ta. Dha. Ta. Next one is the tricky one for English speaking people, which is a, a, a. You have a and you have ra. So this is close to clearing your throat, but not really. It's more like when you gargle with water because your throat hurts or whatever it might be. You go like same thing with this letter ra, ra, ra. And this one is a, 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 a. Next one, very easy, is fa. As the letter F in English, fa. And as you can see, it has a long body like this, fa. And this one is the qa, qa, qa. Okay, so as you can see, it's like ka, but said a little bit stronger. Qa, qa, instead of ka, qa. So fa, qa, fa, qa, fa, qa, fa, qa. Now the next one, we actually have the ka, like the K, like the key in English. So imagine this maybe as a key. And this is the keyhole where you put the key. And this is the door. Ka, key, ka, ka, ka. And then you have la, like the letter L in English. La, la, la. And then you have ma, ma, like the letter M in English. Ma, ma. And then you have na, na, like the letter N in English. Na, na, which is a open body like this, maybe a bathtub with a dot, with a drop of water falling into it. Okay, na, ka, la, ma, na. And then the last group, we have ha, 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 wa, ya. So ha, as we seen in the beginning, similar to ha, but this one is coming more from here, from your chest, going out. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, so you bring the air from here and you take the letter out from deep inside of your throat. So you go ha, 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 ha. Wow, like W, W-A, wa, wa, wa. Ya, like the Y in English, wa. Ya, ya, ya. So this one is yeah, yeah. When you see this, you think of yeah and two dots. Yeah and two dots. So ha, wa, ya. So now that you have gone over the Arabic alphabet, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the Arabic reading course and you are going to start from the beginning of the letters and you are going to go into the practice section and you're going to start practicing. So the whole idea is that you see a letter, as I see here, Alif, and you test yourself. Do you know it or not? Alif. Then review the answer.
Alif.
Okay, perfect. And here you tell if you knew it instantly or you knew after thinking or if it needs revision or if you forgot. And the whole idea is that you need 3 rounds of know them all instantly for you to master this section and go into the next one. So for example, if I say Alif, I knew instantly, but then Ba, I knew it after thinking a little bit, then that letter gets added into the weak letters. And so once I finish this section, I check the weak letters and I revise the weak letters. But the goal is to do for 3 rounds, all of the letters, know them instantly. Once you have mastered it and you know it instantly, then you can move into the next section, into the letter shapes. So now that we took the letters, if you remember in the beginning, we said that letters have 4 different shapes. And that is important to know and is important to understand because, for example, in the English language, what are we going to do in the English language? You're going to write, for example, hospital, right? And as you can see, the letters are separated here. So as long as you recognize, you know, the letter O and the S and the P and the I, then you're going to be able to recognize the letters. Now, sometimes though, in cursive, for example, if you write in cursive, you might write like this, right? Or hospital, not even, wait. Right? Something like this, hospital. I didn't write like this since I was maybe 10 years old. So in cursive or when you write like this together, it's similar to how the Arabic language works. The Arabic language works like this kind of. All the letters, they get connected to the next letter. So this is why in the beginning we said that. So that's why in the beginning we said that letters in the Arabic language can be recognized or can have different shapes if it's in the beginning of the word, if it's in the middle of the word, if it's in the end of the word, or if it's just standing alone. So now we took, and you hopefully recognize, or at least a little bit, the letters when they are alone. So now we are going to work on recognizing the letters when they are in the beginning, middle, and end. Because that's when we are able to start decoding and we are able to start reading. Now, before I start showing you the letters and how they connect to other letters, how they look in the beginning, middle, and end, we have to mention, though, that there are a few letters that after them, they don't connect. So in general, all letters in the Arabic alphabet connect after them, connect to the letter after them. However, you have these letters, which are, you have Alif, you have the Da and the Tha for this. You have Ar-Ra and Az-Zain, and you have Wa. All of these letters in the alphabet, which are not too many, 6, they don't connect with the letter after it. So keep this in mind. These letters is going to be easy to recognize them because they don't like to connect to the letter after them. Now let's get into how do letters look in the beginning, middle, and end. So first of all, we have Alif. So Alif is very simple because in the beginning, it just looks like this and it doesn't connect with what comes after it. Now, if it's in the middle, it will come from another letter. So it will have a body at the bottom, but then because it doesn't connect after it, it's just gonna look like this in the middle, right? With a space. And then at the end, again, it will look like this. So Alif is very simple. Now Al-Ba, which is the next letter, in the beginning, it looks like its beginning shape. And then the dot comes right here. In the middle, it's gonna come from another letter, and you're gonna see something like this with a dot at the bottom. And at the end, it will be easy to recognize because it will have its own shape. Now for the ta and the tha, same thing. Very easy to recognize because the only thing that would change is 2 dots on the top. Same thing in the middle. 2 dots on top. Same thing at the end. It's just going to be 2 dots on top. Ta, ta, and ta. So here the tricky ones are in the middle. Same thing with tha. Tha will be 3 dots on top, 3 dots in the middle, and at the end, it will look something like this, tha. Okay, so this is the first group, and this is how it looks in the middle. So pay attention to it. Remember, the bodies in the middle, they just look like a little small pyramid. And what makes the difference, what will make the difference is ba, ta, and tha. Now we are going to the gym with letter ja. So in the beginning, letter ja is you're going to see the head of it. So it's going to look something like this. Ja. And it's going to have the dot at the bottom. Then you're going to see in the middle, it's going to come like this. And then you're going to see the head. Ja. And at the end, you're going to actually see the body. So it's going to be easy to recognize. Ja, ja, and ja. Same thing with ha letter. So you're going to see the body in the beginning. In the middle, it's going to go like this. And at the end, you're going to see the body. And same thing with the throat cleaning one. You're going to see the body in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end, you are going to actually see the body. Ja, ha, kha. So ja in the beginning looks like this. Ha in the middle looks like this. Kha at the end looks like this. The next one is those that don't connect. So we have da for D in English in the beginning. Okay, in the middle, it's just going to come from somewhere and it's going to go like this. And it's not going to connect after it. That's going to be the middle. And then the end will be easy because it has the same body. Sorry, I'm almost doing a ra. So same thing with the for this. It's going to come like this in the middle. And like this. That. Now next one is going to be the ra and zain, which are from those that don't connect either. So in the beginning it's going to go like this, and it's not going to connect to what's next. So that will be more in the middle. In the beginning it will be by itself, and in the end it will be by itself. Same thing with az-zain. In the beginning it will be the actual body. In the middle is easy to recognize because it doesn't connect. And in the end, it will be by itself coming from another word. So this line, I'm showing you that
that there's a space so it doesn't connect. Here as well, there is a space so it doesn't connect to the next word. That's why I'm writing this like this. So this will be the beginning, this will be the middle, this will be the end. Ra, za, ra, za, ra, za, and ra, and za. Now we're coming back to Sasha. You remember Sasha? For the C, and when it's raining, it goes like shh. So here we have the beginning, which will be the actual C waves. So you're going to see something like this. You're going to see the C waves in the beginning. In the middle, it would be just the C waves as well. And at the end, it will be the actual body. Like this. Not the best handwriting. So sa, sa, sa. Then you have sha. When it rains, it pours. So we go. You're going to see something like this. Shh, shh, raining in the sea. Then in the middle, you're going to see something like this. Then in the end, you are going to see the actual body of sha. And both together, they are Sasha. Okay, sha in the middle, as you can see, not too different, just missing the body. Now we have Sad. Sad. So Sad in the beginning, again, is going to be the head. Sa. In the middle, you will see the head as well. And at the end, you will see the actual body. Then for Dad, you will see in the beginning as well the head. In the middle, you will see the head. Oops, sorry. This is the end. So scratch this one. In the beginning, Dad. In the middle, you're going to see like this. And at the end, you are going to see the actual body of the Dad. So Sa and Da. Sa and Da. Sa, Da. So pay attention to the middle. That's the trickiest one. That's the trickiest one in the middle. And in the beginning as well. So if you just remember how the head looks, you're going to be fine. Now the next one has a similar body, which is the Ta and the Dha. So in the beginning, you're going to see as well the head, Ta. In the middle, you're going to see Ta. And in the end, you're going to see the body as well for Ta. Same thing with, you remember this, my brother, this. Okay? Maybe in like a Russian accent, maybe. So this, but this is going to be avoid. And then vod. And then vod. Okay, this is supposed to be like this. Vod. Ta and va. Ta and va. So pay attention to the middle. Ta and va. Now the next one is a little bit tricky one for English speakers, which is al-ain. So al-ain, you are going to see in the beginning the actual head like this. In the middle, you're going to see this. And at the end, you are going to see the actual body, but it's gonna look like this. So this is a little bit of a tricky one because it's almost like a new shape when it's in the middle or the end. And its sister, remember when you gargle in water, in the middle you're gonna go like this. It's gonna have the same shape but with a dot on top. And likewise at the end, ra. A and ra. A and ra. A and ra. Now we are gonna have the F in English sound with al fa in the beginning. Fa in the middle is just a circle. So you see, Ghain, it was kind of like a triangle. Fa is more like a circle in the beginning with a dot on top. And then at the end, it's just its own body. Fa. Then with Qaf, Qa, in the beginning is as well a circle with two dots. In the middle, a circle with two dots. And at the end is its own body. And the only difference with the Fa is that it has more of a body going down. Instead of a lengthy body like this, it goes down like this. Qa. Now as for the Kaf, Ka, La, Ma, and Na. The Kaf in the beginning, you're going to see it like this. And it's going to be something like this. Ka. In the middle is going to be something as well like this. Ka. And in the end is going to be its own body that we seen earlier. Ka. But in the middle and in the end, it looks something like this. Ka, ka. As for the lam in the beginning, might trick you with an alif, but the lam in the beginning looks like this. In the middle, it looks like this, connected. So the difference that you can make in between this one in the alif is that the alif doesn't connect after it. And then the N is easy because it has its own body. La. Then for the meme, in the beginning, the meme looks like this. And pay attention how I'm writing it. By going down. Not up, not a circle up, but down. Same thing here, like this, down, meme. And then at the end, it's simple to recognize because it has its own body, meme. And then noon in the beginning is simple because you go like this, noon. You're going to see the beginning of the body and a noon and a dot. In the middle is going to be like this, noon. And at the end is going to be like the actual body, noon. Ka, la, ma, na. Ka, la, ma, na. Next one is al-ha. So al-ha, if you remember earlier, we write like this. We start with a line to the top then we go a little bit lower than where we started the line. We bring it here. Ha, this is the beginning. In the middle is going to look, it has different shapes. But the one that I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you two. Sometimes you're going to see it like this. Ha. And sometimes you're going to see it like this. Ha. Okay, this is coming in the Quran. And then at the end is the same thing. It goes like this. Then at the end, it looks like this. Okay, which the ta can come like this as well. So here I show you the ta. Okay, and we forgot to mention that there is another type of ta that you might see, which looks like this in the end as well. Looks like this. It comes like this, and it closes like this. Ta. And so if you remove these two dots, it will be similar to the, or it will be the actual ha. So a ta can finish like this or like this, depending on the word. So coming back to the ha, beginning ha, middle ha, end of ha. Then the wow, as we said earlier, is from those that don't connect with the word next to it. So in the middle is going to look like this, and then the next word is going to come. And in the end, it's going to look like this. So no difficulty here. Wow, wow, wow. As for the ya, in the beginning, it will come like this. Ya. In the middle, it will come like this. Ya. And at the end is going to be easy because you're going to see the body of yeah. Yeah. Now it's worth mentioning that in the Quran sometimes, and this might confuse you in the beginning, because there's different types of calligraphy. All right, so what I've been writing, which is the simplest one, is called khattu an-nasakh, which is kind of like, you know, what a computer would write. So in a computer, it's very simple because you're going to see, for example, you're going to see na, and then the letter ja. So you're going to see the beginning of the word of the letter na and then ja. However, sometimes you will see some calligraphy, especially in the Quran, they are going to do something like this. So na and ja, they are going to put the na on top like this and ja like this. Or sometimes you might come across something like this. And then the dot will be like this. Naja. And so this can happen with all the letters that are basically just this kind of the same body or close to it, similar shape, but the dots differ. So sometimes as well you might see the ba and mim. So let's put together ba and mim. So ba and mim, the simple way how I would show you is a ba and a mim, right? Ba and ma. However, you might see it like this. And you might see like this. Or you might see it like this. Ba, ma. Okay, so Let me make it a little bit more clear. You might say it like this, almost like in on top of the actual letter. Ba ma or bima. So that's just good to know. Just know it, because I want you that after this video, after we complete everything, you're able to open the Quran and actually read words. And these might confuse you, because the Quran, depending on which print as well, it will have different calligraphy. So then that is going to come with practice. But inshallah, my promise is that at the end of this video, you are going to be able to read Arabic. And like I said, if you don't, report the video and say in the comments, I couldn't. It's not. It wasn't real. But if you can, then go ahead and like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments what was your experience learning how to read with this video. So now that you have mastered the Arabic alphabet and you have learned about the concept of the different shapes of the letters, you come to this section and you go into the practice of the different shapes. You start your practice. Sha,
Sha,
ba,
Ba,
ya,
Ya.
and like that. And you have to know instantly all of them. If you don't know them instantly, then they become into your weak letters, and you have to redo the round until you do all of them on the first try, and you knew them instantly. And that's how you master all the different concepts and the alphabet in order for you to learn how to read. So now that we have seen the different shapes, the different 4 shapes of each letter, now is when you're going to start reading. So I'm going to slowly, inshallah, get you confident and start understanding that reading Arabic is actually just putting those letters together. So we are going to start one letter at a time, and I'm going to give you a small example, and you are going to see that you are going to be able to read it. So here we have the first 4 letters, if you remember, A, Ba, Ta, and Tha. And here we have the middle of the letters, and here we have the end of the letters. Okay, so take this as a reference, and I'm going to write now a small word. And by taking this as a reference and as a cheat sheet, okay, you can cheat in this practice. You're going to read what I'm going to write. So look at this letter here. Remember which one is it? A, Ba, Ta, Tha. So we're going to take Ba, and we are going to write here, Ba. And remember, let's say this letter here, Tha, in the middle. We're going to say Tha. And remember this letter, which was Ta. And we are going to go like Ta. Okay. Now read with me. This is Ba. This is Tha. This is Ta. Ba, Tha, Ta. Ba, Tha, Ta. So as you can see now, you're reading. This is reading Arabic script. Okay, so let's take a few examples like this, and just try and decode it after me. Don't try and guess the word altogether. Don't try and go fast. Just go one letter at the time. Ba, Tha, Ta. Ba, Tha, or Ba, Tha, and Ta. And so as you can see, depending where is it in the middle, you have to go back and look at, okay, is it this one is the end, this one is the middle, this one is the beginning. Okay, so let's take another example. So now taking the letters that we took in the beginning as a reference, so now you know ba, and you remember tha. So now let's take one of these letters, okay? And I'm going to let you guess what did I just write and how you read it. So I'm going to write this one. And then this one. And then this one. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds to try and read this before I tell you. Ba, ja, tha. Remember ja? Like going to the gym? Going to the gym, ha letter, because it has a big mouth laughing, and clearing the throat. Kha. So ba, ja, tha. Okay? So now remember these. Ba, ja, tha. We are going to try and read another word. Now we have ba, ja, and tha. So now, if you remember these letters, don't connect after it. So we are going to go to the gym. And we are going to stop by this. And we are going to think. Think. So, ha. This, think. So try and read it. Ha, tha, tha. Ha, tha, tha. Ha, tha, tha. Ha, tha, tha. Okay? Now let's try another one. Again, those letters that don't connect. So we are going to the gym again. Actually, we said go into the gym here. So this would be ja tha or ja tha tha. So this one we are going to actually ha. We're going to ha. So ha. But then we are going to ra. And then we are going to ta. So try and read ha, ra, ta. Ha, ra, ta. Ha, ra, ta. Ha, ra, ta. Now you're reading Arabic. And this is how every expert reader started. Now we are back at Sasha. So if you remember the C, because it has waves. Okay, I don't really like this scene. This scene should be like this. Okay, a little bit closer. So sa and sha, because it's the C, because it has waves and it's pouring. Shh. So it's raining. Shh. And together they are Sasha. So we are going to use shh, pouring. And we are going to use, in the beginning, we're going to go to the first group. And then we're going to use ra. So try and read this. Which one is this? Sha. This one is from the first group. Sha, ba, ra. Sha, ba, ra. Sha, ba, ra. Perfect. Next, practice. And again, you're not supposed to recognize all of them now. I don't expect you to recognize all the letters. And so we are just practicing together. So little by little with repetition, it will stick to your brain and you are going to recognize them very fast, inshallah. So now we just came from Sasha and we are going to Sa and Da. Sa and Da. Okay, so this is the unique letter in the Arabic language, if you remember. And we are going to use one of those that don't connect. So we are going to go with Da. Okay, Da. And we are going to, in the middle, take Dha. And we are going to go back to Hu. Da, Da, Sha. Da, Da, Sha. Da, Da, Sha. Da, Da, Sha. Perfect. Now let's continue the practice with Ta and this, brother. The, this. So this, but with an accent. The. That, va. Okay, so we are going to take from the first group, we are going to take if you remember, let me see if you remember. And then we are going to go to this. And then we are going to go to where? So, ba, va, sa. Ba, va, sa. Ba, va, sa. Ba, va, sa. And now we have here the fa and qa group. So we are going to take from the group of Sasha, and we are going to take this one and this one. So what is this? Sha, fa, ta. But what if I add another dot? It becomes sha, qa, ta. Sha, qa, ta. Sha, qa, ta. Okay, this is an actual word. It means apartment. Okay, so shaqqa, shaqqa. Shaqata. Perfect. Now we are going to get one of these letters, kalama and na. Okay, so we are going to go back to the group of Sasha. We are going to go to the C. And then we are going to come here. And if you remember this one, so sha, ka, ta. Sha, ka, ta. Sha, ka, ta. Let's take another one here. What about this one? So what is this one? La, this one. Ma, this one. Na. La, ma, na. La, ma, na. Sha, ka, ta. La, ma, na. Moving forward on the last ones, we are going to take an example. If you remember this one, ha, ha, ha. From the first group we are going to take, if you remember, one dot at the bottom. I'm not even going to say it. You say it. Ba, ha, and we are going to take the group of Sasha. So ba, ha, sha, ba, ha, sha, ba, ha, sha, ba, ha, sha. Now what if we take, instead of one dot on the first one, two? And then we go to this letter. We almost forgot this. Now this one is the equivalent as if I had wrote, for example, if I had wrote la, ma, ta, it would look like this. But because this little sneaky one doesn't connect with the letter after it, then it's just a circle with two dots on top. Just a circle with two dots on top. So this will be ya, wa, ta, right? And this will be la, ma, ta, right? Now we said that this one and this one are similar, but just different. The only difference is that it has two dots on top. So what if we had something that looks like first group ba, wa, and then just a little ha. Ba, wa, ha. Why? Because the wow is one of those sneaky ones that don't connect after it. They don't like to connect with the letter after them. So we cannot write ba, ma, and ta like this, for example. Ba, ma, ta. So we have to separate it and just have a circle. Circle here for the ta, circle here for the ha. So now we have gotten to the point where you are able to decode letters. We are not reading words, but we are decoding letters. So if you only focus on the actual letter that we have been taking now, and you think of reading like this, what letter is this? Ah. What letter is this? Go into the jim. Ah, ja. What letter is this? Ah, ja, ah. What letter is this? Ah, ja, ah, ma. So now we are decoding letter by letter. Ah, ja, ah, ma. The only thing that we are doing is that we are reading them of how they are when they are connected. Okay, so ma, ma. And so now we are decoding letters instead of reading words. And later on we are going to read all the little pieces that allows us to read words as words. And right now you might not understand, but you're able to read word by word, and later on, inshallah, you are going to, bi'idhnillah, become a proficient reader and actually read full words.
Now it's time to practice for you the reading joint letters. So what you're going to do is you're going to come to this section, number 4, and you're going to start trying to read these simple joint letters. And you need to make sure that you knew instantly all of them before you master them. Now for me, here you can see is all mastered, but for you it will be locked and it will be set to 0.
Now, if you remember in the beginning of the video, we spoke about how in the Arabic language, letters are not enough for vowels to be recognized, but rather there are signs, symbols that make the vowel. Not like in English, which are letters, A, E, O, U, I. In the Arabic language is actual signs. So we are going to, now that we have been learning how to read letters, now we are going to know how to read sounds. And we are going to see the difference. So we are going to take from the first group, letter Ba. So as you can see here, we have letter Ba. But letter Ba, if we add a little line on top, it becomes Ba. The sound is Ba, which is what we have been learning, and is the default sound in the Arabic language and the easiest to pronounce. Then we have a line at the bottom, becomes B, B. And then a little letter wow on top becomes boo. So the sound now is A, E, and U. So again, a line on top becomes Ba and gives the sound A. A line at the bottom of the letter gives the sound E. A little wow letter, if you guys remember the wow, okay, from amongst the last group, if you add a little wow, it becomes the sound U, boo. And you might see different signs as well. In the Quran, sometimes the U sound might come with a different symbol like this sometimes. But the default symbol is a wow on top. Okay, so now this is not too complicated, and it's made like that for that reason. But this allows you to now start reading sounds. So we are going to do some practice right now. What if I give you this letter right here? Remember this letter? What if we add a line on top? It becomes Fa. Great. What if this letter now has a symbol like this on top? It becomes Fu. 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 What if now we have this letter right here? You remember gargling? What if we add a line at the bottom? It becomes Ri. 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 Now what if, you remember Sasha? What if we go to the C and we have this symbol? What does it become? Su. 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 But what if we go to the sea and it's pouring and raining? And it has a line at the bottom. It will become she. She. So su and she. Okay, so line at the bottom is the E sound. Line on top is the A sound. Wow symbol on top is the U sound. What if we have the yay? The yay. Yeah. What if you have the ya letter and it has a sign like this on top? it becomes you. 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 What if we have a ya with a line at the bottom? It becomes ye. Ye. Now, what if we have a letter that looks like this, but it has a line at the bottom? It becomes qi. Qi. Naam. وَقِيلَ لَهُمْ. Qi. Qi. But what if this same sign now has a symbol like this on top? It becomes qu. 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 And what if this same letter has a line on top? It becomes qa. Qa. Now more practice. What if we have a letter in the middle that looks like this, and it has a sign on top? Do you remember what letter has a dot on top? Nu, with this sign on top, is nu. Nu. What if we have this letter in the middle and it has a sign on top like this? It becomes sa. And then what if we have these in the middle? Or let me write it better. What if you have this sign and it has a wow sign on top? It would be ru. 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 But what if this same sign, this same letter, has a dot on top and it has a line at the bottom? It will be ri. 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 Now, what if we have three letters now? If you remember this one and this one and just a circle like this. And now we have a line on top, ba, and we have a line at the bottom. So ba, we, and then we have something like this here. Ba, we, hu. Ba, we, hu. Ba, we, hu. Ah, so now we're reading. What about if we have ta, and then we have this sneaky one that don't like to connect after it, and we have two dots like this, and we have a sign like this, boo, and then we have boo, z, and then ta. Buzita. 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 And now, what if we have, now we have this letter here, or this invented word, sha, we, tu. Sha, we, tu. Sha, we, tu. Shall we to? Shall we to? Some more practice. What if we go to the gym and then we say, wow, and then yay. And then we have this line here, this same letter but it's small as a sign, and this. What would it be? Ja, wu, because it's a wow. So ja, wu, yi. Ja, wu, yi. Ja, wu, yi. Ja, wu, yi. Okay, so now we put in vowels together with words. Some more practice. What if we go with this letter what would this and this and this be? Who, si, na. Who, si, na. Who, si, na. Who, si, na. And so now you can do something powerful, which is look at a letter, recognize the letter, whether it's in the beginning, in the middle, or the end, and then look at its vowel and read that letter with the sound, with the correct sound. And so that is the framework. You look at the letter first, then you realize what the sound is, and you say it out loud. So now, even if you are saying slowly and you have to think first for the letter, which letter is this one? So, ha, okay, but is a wu sign, so is hu. And then sa, this is sa, but is a line at the bottom, so hu, si. And then this is na, but it's a line on top, so na. Okay, so hu, si, na. That is the closest you get from reading. And now you are recognizing letters and putting the sounds on it, which is what we want to accomplish from this part. So now that you have learned the short vowels, Fatḥah, Kasrah, and Sukoon, what you're going to do is come to section 5 in the reading course and start practicing
Sa, the,
until
fa, du,
you know all of them instantly. 3 times, 3 rounds until you master it. So now here in part 6, we are going to take what we call Tanween, which is the same concept that you just learned, but it's going to be double what you've learned. What do I mean by that? So now you have learned that one line on top, which we call Fatḥah, gives you the sound ba, right? And one at the bottom gives you the sound b. And one sign like this gives you the sound bu. Perfect. Now there is a vowel, which we call Tanween in the Arabic language, which is basically a double vowel. So instead of one line is 2 lines. And instead of one line at the bottom is 2 lines at the bottom. And instead of one wow sign is 2 wow signs. And this gives you the sign, or this gives you the sound ban, ban, an, and bin gives you the sound in, and this gives you the sound un. Okay, so ban, bin, bun, ban, bin, bun, barabum. So here is another vowel, another vowel. So now very simply, it's the same concept. So if we take the first letter, or from the first group, our friend ba, and then we take a letter, what is this one? Lam. And then we take a letter mim, and we add this. Ba, ban, lim, mun. Ban, lim, mun. Now, I don't really want to show you this because in the Arabic language, these double vowels can only come at the end of a letter or a word, sorry. So at the end of a word, instead, what we are going to take a real word. So we are going to take this word. a lam, a ba, a noon, and a ta. Now what we are going to do is add a fatḥah, la, a kasra, b, la b, a fatḥah here, na, la b na, and here is going to have a tanween with fatḥatain, two fathahs. So la bi na tan, labinatan, which is a brick, labinatan, labinatan. Now what if instead of tan we say instead we say la bi na tun, labina tun, labina tun. Okay? And now what if we have a word like this, ha, and we go ha, and we put two lines at the bottom. What it becomes? Ha min, hamin, hamin, hamin. What if we go with a sneaky one that don't connect, and we add a ya and a noon? And we say da, yi. What is this? Da, yi, nan, da yi nan, da yi nan, da yi nan, da yi nan. Now here we have something to mention, which is when there is a tanween, vowel and the last letter in a word is when it's an, then we add with it a alif. So for example, so here we have ku, fu, wan, ku, fu, wan. And so we add this alif like this, ku, fu, wan. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا. كفوا. So in this case, the alif comes by itself because wow is one of those sneaky letters that don't connect after it. However, if it was a letter that connects, for example, son here, it will be like this. Son. Son, son. Okay, so this is a nuance to know that if there is a tanween at the end of a word, it will come with an alif. Okay? Another thing to mention as well is that some scripts, as we said earlier, might have different signs. So you might come across something like this. Instead of two wow signs, it will be something like this. So is a wow as a symbol, but it has a line like this. So it becomes un as well. And some scripts of the Quran have that. So instead of two wows, to make the sound un, it will be like this. All right, so pay attention to that as well. So here let's have some practice with the tanween. We have a, ba. Read this for me. Abadan. Abadan, which means never in Arabic. Abadan. Now what if we take this like this? And this becomes su, hu, fan. Suhufan. Suhufan. What if we take this word and we give it a fatḥah, two fathahs here, and two kasras. Ba, ra, ra, tin. Ba, ra, ra, tin. Bararatin. Bararatin. What if we have this one? Ra, qa, ba, tun. Ra, qa, ba, tun. Ra, qa, ba, tun. What if we have I, na, ban. I, na, ban. What if we have a, ma, da, but then we add a, ma, and two lines at the bottom. Amadin. Amadin. Now if you remember in the beginning we said that al-hamza sometimes comes and we add a vowel to it. So we said there was 29, sometimes so there's 28 letters in the alphabet, sometimes 29, because the hamza sometimes comes in different placements, and he gives it a vowel. So for example, here as you can see, this letter is a hamza. Hamza. And depending on the vowel on top or at the bottom, it will make a different sound. So here is qu, ri, a. Quri a. Quri a. So as you can see, it has the body of the ya, but it's actually a hamza because the hamza came here. So you say quri a. Quri'a, Quri'a. And sometimes it might come like this. A, ni, ya. In the Quran you might see this. A, ni, ya, tin. A, you see the a by itself here? Don't pay too much attention now in why this is here by itself and so on. We're going to learn this later on. But I'm showing you the hamza. Quri'a, a, niya, a. Okay, instead of with the line as we seen earlier. Likewise, you might see it with the vowel on top. You might see the hamza come like this. Ru, u, sun. Ru, u. So if you see a wow and it has a hamza on top, it will be whatever the vowel is. Ru, ru, u. Ru, u. This one is a. This one is a. A, a, u, because of the vowel. So in this part we have learned the Tanween, which is just a variation of what we have learned in the part before of the a, I, u sounds. This is just an, in, and un. And I gave you a couple examples on how you can as well recognize the a, u like this. Sometimes it might just come and it might confuse you, but the most and the main important fact here that I want you to take from this part is the an, in, un sound. 2 lines on top, an. 2 lines at the bottom, in. 2 little vowels at the top, un. And sometimes, as we said, it might come, the sign of un might come like this, un.
So now that you have learned about a Tanween, come here to part number 6 and start working on the practice for Tanween
kun, win, jun, un,
until you master all of them and you knew them instantly.
Now we have been taking vowels that have sounds a, I, and u. But what happens when a letter doesn't have a vowel? What do we and how do we pronounce it? So right now we are going to take a vowel that's called Sukoon. Sukoon, which could mean in the Arabic language silence. And so that's what happens when there is no silence in a word, in a letter. Instead of, for example, ba, you say ab or b, which is a circle on top of the letter. A circle on top of the letter. So for example here, if I add a letter, so this would be, for example, kab, kab, kab. And so you apply this to any other letter. Let's say if you have a word like I, you have a, then a Sukoon, and then a Tanween. Nun. So it stops at the sound of the letter. Ya is ya, right? The sound of it, ya. So if it doesn't have a vowel, it will be e, e, e. So ba, the sound of the letter is ba. If it doesn't have a vowel, it will be b, b, b. So this is why this one is kab, kab. This one is aynun, aynun, aynun. Likewise, if I write here this, lam and waw. So the sound of the lam is la, la. And if it has a sukoon, it will be law, law, law. Likewise, if we have this, which again a hamza could come at the bottom if the vowel is a kasra, so in, in. Likewise, if we have a lam and a mim, we say lam, lam, lam. Likewise, if we have here a ra, I don't like this ra, just make another one. Ra and a mim, right? Because the ra doesn't connect after it. So you would say ram, ram, ram. Okay, or in the Arab countries, in the stop sign, instead of saying stop, which it says stops, it says stop as well, but you would see the word stop in Arabic, which is, oh, sorry, I'm gonna put it here. Qif, 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 qif. So if the letter has a sukoon on top, a circle on top, it stops at the sound of the letter. Ar, al. Okay, ay, kab, in, lam, ram, qif. All right, so this is another variation of the signs that you are going to see on top of the letters. Now, so far, you have taken all the vowels, a, I, u, likewise tanween, and in, un. Now, this is the sukoon, which is when there's no vowel, what do we do with it? We put a circle on top, and we just stop at the sound of the letter. Ab, ay, qif, ram. All right, and sometimes as well, just as a side note, sometimes the sukoon might come, if I write it here, if I write lam, sometimes the sukoon might come like this. Sometimes, especially in some scripts, some calligraphies or some scripts of the Quran, it might come like this. Okay, but it's a circle in general, and you stop at the sound of the vowel. This part is this simple, as-sukoon.
So now that you have learned the concept of as-sukoon, you're going to come to section 7 of the reading course, and you're going to practice the sukoon with these flashcards.
how,
How, va,
va,
zas,
zas,
jah,
jah,
and make sure that you master it for 3 rounds by clicking on new instantly, if you know them instantly, and obviously be honest with yourself. All right, so now we are getting close to completing all the tools that you need in order for you to read. So far, we have gotten the vowels first, the a, I, u sound. Then we added the tanween to it. Okay, so an, in, un. Then we added the sukoon to it. When there is no vowels, what do we say? Which is the quiet sound, ab, ib, ub. Now we are getting to the shaddah. The shaddah is basically the two that you have learned already, which is the vowel a, I, u sound and the sukoon together. But we are going to put it together and it's going to look like this. So you see here, we have a, and then we have ba with the fatḥah on top, the line on top, which we call fatḥah. And then we have this shaddah. The shaddah is an M, but on the opposite, upside down basically. A upside down M. And so what the shaddah is, imagine it like this. What the shaddah really is, here we have a shaddah well written. So imagine the shaddah written like this. Ab, ba. So all the shaddah is a sukoon and a fatḥah. Ab, ba, ab, ba, ab, ba. And so when you put it together, you put these two together, you get this.
and you write the shadda like this, like a upside down M letter in the English language, like a upside down, or like a W basically, like a small W. All right, so this is what the shadda really is. Is two letters together. The first one has a Sukoon and the second one has a Fatḥah, a line on top. Or it could be another one. It could be, for example, so it could be abbi, 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 or it could be abbu, abbu, abbu. All right, and so the three vowel sounds that we have learned, a, I, u, the Fatḥah, line on top, the Kasra, line at the bottom, and the Ḍammah, which is the wow sign on top. All of those can be converted into a shadda. So here we have abba, this has a shadda. Here we have abbi, and here we have abbu. Now, one important thing to pay attention here is that sometimes the shadda can come or can be a little bit confusing. Why? Because now I have showed you that if it's a kasra, like you can see here, the kasra comes right below the shadda. But sometimes you might find in different places written it like this, which is rare, but it could happen. Right? So abbi. So the shadda always goes on top. And for that reason, most places we write it like this, with the shadda and right below the shadda, the kasra. Sometimes you might see it like this, abbi, abbi. As for abbu and ba, abba is always the same thing. Now, if we take a couple of examples, so you can see how it works before we get into the practice. If we write burriza, and we write husila. Okay, I'm gonna come back to the vowels, and we write addada, and we write qaddara. So here we have burriza, 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 burriza. Here we have حصل, حصل, حصل. Here we have عدد, عدد. And here we have قدر, قدر. برز, حصل, عدد, قدر. برز, حصل, عدد, قدر. So a very common word that you have probably heard before is the word Jannah. Jannah. So Jannah, that sound that you hear in the middle of the word Jannah, Jannatin, let's say. This is the shadda. Jannatin, Jannatin. So if you pay attention again, so this is clear. It's almost as if you was reading this. Jannatin. So imagine it as ja na tin. Jannah. Jannah. You just stop at the Sukoon. So when this happens, it becomes into a Shaddah in the Arabic language. Jannah. Jannah. And so now you know the Shaddah. And we're going to get into some practice before we get into al-mudud, the prolongation. So now that you have learned about a Shaddah, come to section 8 and start practicing the flashcards for
Zassa.
a Shaddah until you master all of them by knowing them instantly as you see them for 3 rounds straight before you move into the next section and watch the concept for the next section on the video and come back for the next section. Now we have got to the last tool that you are going to need to read the Arabic language like a pro, inshallah. Just a small recap. So you've got the vowels, which is the nouns a, I, u. Fatḥah on top, Kasra line at the bottom, and Ḍammah, which is the wow sign on top. A, I, u. Then we doubled it with the Tanween. So it becomes an, in, and un. An, in, and un. And we said that for anything that has a Tanween and it's mansoob, it comes with a alif. So for example, na sa ban. So if he comes with if there is a tanween mansoob at the end, it comes with a alif. Likewise here, for another example, if it comes kufuwan, if there is a letter that doesn't connect after it because it's a silly one, then it's separated but the alif still comes. Okay, kufuwan, kufuwan, nasaban. All right, now after the tanween we got the Sukoon. So the Sukoon is just the non-vowel. So when there is no vowel, we say ab, ab, ab. Then we took the Shaddah, which is when there is a one with Sukoon and one with a harakat, or with a vowel. Okay, we call these harakat. This line on top, this line at the bottom, all these vowels are called harakat. That's why you might hear sometimes, I don't know how to read without the harakat, i.e. without these signs on top of the letters. So the Shaddah is when there is a letter that comes that is with Sukoon and one that has a harakah, one that has one of these vowels. So it becomes abba, abba. For example, abba, here, abba. But this is not written correctly. And how we actually write it is like this. Abba. Abba. Alright, so that's the Shaddah. Now all of these are the tools that you need to learn Arabic. I want you to realize that before we go into the last tool, which is what is the vowels, the actual sounds, then the Tanween, which is the double vowel, then the Sukoon, which is the non-vowel, then the Shaddah, which is the, you can say, duplicated vowel. Shaddah comes from putting a little bit of force into it. Shaddah, Shaddah, putting a little bit of emphasis into it. And now the last tool is the prolongations. prolongations of letters. Prolongations of letters. That's the last tool that you are going to need to read Arabic, to read the Quran. Tamam. So the prolongation has 3 letters that get prolonged. Okay, the first one is our number one friend, Alif. We use these to prolong any Fatḥah, any letter that has a line on top, that has a Fatḥah. Now, from the prolongations, the Alif sometimes might come with the body of a Ya, but don't have any dots. Okay, and sometimes you might see a line like this. Okay, so that is a Alif as well. Then we have that gets prolonged with the harakat, or with the letters that come before it, that have a Ḍammah, which is the little sign that gives the sound U. We use the waw to prolong it. Okay? Don't worry if it's too technical yet, we're going to get into it. And then we have the letter Ya. Letter Ya gets prolonged as well for the letters that come before it that have a Kasrah, which is the line at the bottom. So now let me give you a small example of how does this happen. So if I say, for example, and you might see this in the Quran and it might confuse you a little bit in the beginning, you might see something like this. This is a lam and an alif together. So it becomes la. So you see how I pronounced it? La, with the prolongation. If it was just the lam, it would be la. If it was just the alif, it would be a. But if it's prolonged, it becomes la. Alright, another example. With the word, how do we say door in Arabic? We say bab. So you see the prolongation of the Fatḥah. It becomes with an alif. Babun. Babun. So this is how the prolongation here works. Now let me give you an example with this alif and where does it come. So you might have come across in the Quran where Allah says in the Quran, He says وَالضُّحَى وَالضُّحَى. So it has a Shaddah here. وَالضُّحَى. So this is a prolongation of this letter with the Fatḥah. And so you say وَالضُّحَى. If this wasn't there, it will be وَالضُّحَى. وَالضُّحَى. But because it has a prolongation, you have to say وَالضُّحَى. وَالضُّحَى. Another example with this prolongation is another word which you will find in the Quran as well, with the letter the for this. ذِكْرَى. ذِكْرَى. So you see this? This is a prolongation of the alif. ذِكْرَى. This is a prolongation of the alif as well. Bab. This is a prolongation of the alif. ذِكْرَى. This is a prolongation of the Fatḥah, sorry. Oh yeah, prolongation with the alif of this Fatḥah. ضُحَى. Bab. ذِكْرَى. Now before we get into the waw and the ya, which are the simplest one, I want to bring to your attention as well that sometimes you will see in the Quran, you might have come across or might not, so don't worry if you didn't. So in the Quran sometimes you might come across prolongations that are actually not showing fully. So for example, in Surah Al-Nazi'at you will see something like this. You will see something like this. And you will see a line like this. Right? Nazi'ati. Nazi'ati. And so this right here is representing a prolongation. So every time you see in the Quran a letter and right on top of it there is a harakat, but there is as well something like this, then this is a prolongation of the alif. This is a prolongation of the alif. And it can happen across many different letters, where you will see the letter and something like this. So this is sa, ta. Alright, you might see as well the word huda. Going back to this example right here, dhikra and duha, you might see something like huda or hudan. Hudan wa dhikra. Okay, now in this case, this prolongation is showing like this. So here it will be just huda, huda, or hudan, hudan. Alright, so this is the different sort of prolongations that you might come across. In general, in regular script, you will never find these sort of prolongations with the lines. This is specific to the Quran. This is specific to the Quran. And I know if you want to learn how to read Arabic, you probably want to learn how to read the Quran. So that's the reason why I am mentioning it. But the most common prolongation that I want you to focus on right now, and this one is fine if you don't grasp it right now. The most common ones are, for example, if we write a fa and we say fa, or qa, or ma, or la. Okay, fa, qa, ma, la. All of these are prolongations. Now going into the next one, the one with wow. The one with wow is simple. Is the letter before with a wow. And this is how it will go. Boo, boo. So when you write it like this, when you write it, when you like handwriting or taking notes, whatever it might be, it will be written like this. Boo. Qu. Okay. Mu. Bu, qu, mu. And in general, there's nothing that goes on top of the alif or on top of the wow. However, you will find in the Quran, and this just as a side note, this is not amongst the things that I want you to memorize, but in the Quran, you might find it like this. You will find the qaf, which is not the best qaf, but the qaf, and then a little thingy like this on top of the prolongation. Qu. But in general, you don't write the Sukūn on top of the prolongation letters. But in the Quran is specific and it has a specific script. So I'm just telling you in case you come across it, just know that that's specific to the Quran. So you might come across something in the Quran like this, for example. Something like this, su. All right, but all of this is the same context. The same concept. Fa, qa, ma, la, bu, qu, mu, qu. All right, so you just prolong the sound before. And here a big common mistake is either prolonging too much or prolonging too little. So you have to find the middle ground. Now with the prolongation of the ya, so we said there's 3 letters that get prolonged, right? Or extended. We have the alif, we have the waw, and then we have the ya as well. So for example, B. Okay, B. Or we can have ki, or ki, ki. All right, or if something is mine, I say hada li. This is mine, li. So this is how you prolong these letters, B, or this harakat, these vowels, B, ki, li. Now what happens if there is an alif that gets prolonged with another alif? So what do I mean by that? In the Quran you will find this word sama. So when there is an alif that gets prolonged, you will find something like this on top of it. So if you see an alif that has these on top, what it means is actually there is an alif and an alif. And so when there is 2 alifs like this, they become these right here. And so this is a prolongation of the alif. So you say ah, ah. So this sort of prolongation, you might see it in words like I, lay, na. Ilayna, ilayna. So you see the prolongation, ilayna. So now that you have mastered al-mad and prolongation and you have taken the concept from the actual YouTube video, come to the flashcards on section number 9 and start practicing the prolongations
خي
until you master all of them.
ذي
So now that you have learned all the concepts, now it's time to read words, real words in the Arabic language. So you're going to come to this final practice and you're going to have 2 sections for the final practice. First, you are going to test yourself with these words. And these are words that are real words but are singular words. So غرفة,
غرفة
سفينة,
سفينة
مطبخ.
مطبخ.
And so you're going to test yourself with all of these. You have to master all of them. And then lastly, you're going to come to the last section, number 11. And you're going to test your reading
علي
as such. So you are going to press the arrow, left arrow button. And you're going to read before you press the arrow. So here I'm going to say تلميذ
تلميذ
مجتهد
مجتهد هو
يجلس
يجلس
كل
كل
يوم.
يوم.
And so you test yourself on to see if you know it before you actually hear the voice,
to see if you are at that level. And after this section, come back to the video because you are almost done, and by now you should be reading the Arabic language. So alhamdulillah, I have to congratulate you if you have made it all the way here. Tell me in the comments if you were someone who didn't know how to read and you actually followed all the steps that I gave you in this video tutorial and you actually learned how to read. Now here, what is expected is not that you are a professional, super fast reader, but that you are able to, even if it's slowly, as of now, you're able to recognize every letter, the sound of that letter that should go with, and you are able to go over a word with different letters together, and you are able to recognize them and read them. So I congratulate you if you have made it all the way here. And now all you have to do is practice, practice, practice. Take the Quran every day. Find you a teacher, a Quran teacher, that you can actually start reading with. You can memorize the first few surahs of the Quran, and that is what will make you a good, proficient Arabic reader. And if you are interested in other sort of resources to actually continue your process of learning the Arabic language, check the description, and in there inshallah you are going to find different resources that might help you. وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. والسلام عليكم.